Russ, first of all, standard question: how is Gary?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, went to see Misty with a few of the staff. So talking about what's gone on, what we're going to do, and moving things forward. But yeah, he seems to be in good health. So all, obviously all well and good.
And we understand you had a little conversation with the staff and with Gary, like you said, a little bit talking about player contracts. How difficult has that been this season? Because you've used a lot of players, you've had a difficult season, but the last few weeks, some of the players have really come to the forefront and
Yeah,
put on a performance for you.
it's been a inconsistent season. Everyone knows that. You just got to see who you think and obviously want to try and improve things, and you've got to see who, as he's doing every season, really, who you think has deserved one, and who you think probably needs to play more games or whatever and go away. So, but it's never an easy time of the year. I've done it many times with youth players, and it's no different with first team players. So, but we came to some conclusions, and we'll be sort of letting people know after the weekend.
So it's a fairly short process then. If you've already come to conclusions, there sort of players that are going to be.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't just done yesterday. It's been ongoing over this. You're always doing it over the season. People change your minds during the seasons for the better or the worse. So, yesterday was just a culmination of going through everybody. Obviously, what we've got now, we've got to sort them players out first, and then look at who you can get in if you need to.
And then obviously going into Pompey with nothing to play for, is that something that will be in the players' minds? Is that something you'll use to motivate them? The thought that a game against Pompey could be for their future chance.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, you never know who's watching. Every game is a chance to impress and improve yourself. So Portsmouth away, big crowd, be a few people there. I would have thought the professional pride kicks in before anything else anyway. And, it'd be something that, no one wants to turn up and get beat quite heavily. So we'll be stressing that, and, I'm sure the boys will be fine. It's going to be a good occasion. Did what we had to do and kept the club status. So we'll be looking to give a good account of ourselves on Saturday.
And with the shackles off, like I said, at Portsmouth, against a team that will be League One next season, is that a chance for you to test yourself looking forward into next season?
Yeah. It's great side on a great run. I've really kicked in the last sort of 20 games, and probably where they should be. So the club should be 2 or 3 leagues higher really, but they are where they are for whatever reasons in the past. And Paul Cook's done a great job, because a number of managers have tried to over a few years lately. So he's done it, and full credit to him and his staff for getting them up.
And with the fact they can win the league, and the fact that you could potentially be party poopers, so to speak, enter your mind at all?
Well, you just go and play and prepare your team and have a look at what they're going to do, and prepare properly, see what we can do, and like you say, they're going to try and win the league. There's all 3 of them up there can pip it on the last day. We'll obviously want to try and gain a place or 2 if we can. That'd be a nice way to end our season as well.
And a word on Billy Waters, a clean sweep at the award ceremony. How impressed have you been with Billy this season?
Yeah, Billy stepped up very well this year. Yeah, he's played far many more games this year than he did last year, which has shown maturity and an improvement in his game. So really pleased with Bill. Yeah, he's done well. Deserved. Very hard-working player. Scored a few important goals, and fully deserved.
Now, Harry Powell, if he plays on Saturday and if he's booked, it will be his 15th league booking of the season, which will mean missing the first 3 games of next season. Is there a chance that you'll rest him against Portsmouth with nothing to play for?
To be honest, I haven't looked. I don't know who's fit. We've got a couple of people that are struggling a little bit, so not seen Gav yet. Had to take the dog to the vet, so got in a bit late, not seen him. So we'll see where it goes. I mean, if Pelly's, I think Pelly's fit, so he'll play. But I'd have thought so. I'm not going to, probably think about other things. Got to speak to the manager as well before today and Saturday. So no real big decisions on that one yet.
Topic of injuries, is there anything else that's a worry for you this weekend?
There was a few knocks last week. Cole Winchester come off at half time, so we've got to see how his foot is. Manny was another one who was struggling with a bad ankle, so see how he is. So there's 2 or 3 that may not be available, may be available. Let's just have to wait and see the next couple of hours.
Spot on. Thank you, Russ.
Cheers.
Do you think Jack Barch could play a part, Russ? He's obviously back in training now.
He's trained, yeah. Good do, yeah. We'll see. How he is in training, and speak to the manager. Got a call with him in a little bit, so see what we think. Yeah, see what we come up with.
Yeah, I'm not expecting you to give any names away before the weekend, but when you have the chat about the players, are you all pretty much in agreement, or were there some that really divided opinion?
No, not always. Yeah, it's you're your own men. You got your own ideas on football and who's done well and who hasn't. It's 3 or 4 or 5 people batting ideas about. There's a number of different things you've got to look at, not just the actual football side. It's also the medical side and that sort of thing. So there's a few things to put in there before we make your final decision. So obviously the manager has the final one.
Yeah.
We all put our ideas in, and generally, you'll come to the same conclusion in the end. There's a good lot of knowledge there, and hopefully we come to the right decisions.
Yeah. Do you think some definitely yes, some definitely no, and are there a few very, very close to sort of borderline? I
think there's in every squad. There's a number of things to put into the mix up for it. Some are yeses, some are no's, some are maybes. So that's like probably like every squad, every season, or every manager in every country in all the world would have the same sort of decision, I think.
Yeah. Do you think there will be any interest in the likes of Billy, because obviously he would have caught the eye with his awards and his goals, and there might be clubs sniffing around.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it's. I'm sure a lot of people do a lot of homework nowadays, so it's not like the olden days. But he's certainly raised his profile, I would say. I think he has. But hopefully he enjoys it here still, and he's done well for us, very well, better than probably anyone expected, and he's been a real plus this year. So hopefully something can be agreed.
Yeah, you've had 2 summers involved with the first team setup here now. One was complete overhaul, wasn't it? Virtually completely new squad. Last year was the opposite, really.
Yeah.
And then do you think this year is going to be somewhere in between? There's obviously going to be a bit of rebuilding, but it won't be a total clear out, will it?
No, it'll probably be in between that. Yeah, I think you've probably hit the nail on the head there. So get the balance right. That's it. That's what it's about this summer.
Yeah. Do you remember much about going down to Pompey 2 years ago?
Yeah.
When you were manager then, weren't you?
Yeah, I thought we did really well that night. We could have come away with more than the 2-2. I think went behind. Did we go behind and then went 1, got back to 1 or went 2-1 up? So, but yeah, that was the story of our season. That particular time where we would get ahead and let a lead slip. I think we did that a number of times. I enjoyed it that night, and should be even more there this time. I think there's about 17 there that night. I think there's a good 5,000 to 10,000 more than that this time. But it should be good.
Yeah, but it's a rare luxury, isn't it, of not having to get a result. Although you want to go down there and get a result, you're not under serious pressure like you were on Saturday.
No, there's still the pressure of your professional sort of pride, and the team wanted to do well and get a result. And the actual pressure of having to stay up and have to get something is not there. But I would think that all players would want to do their best in any game they're playing. So that's what we'll try and do.
Yeah, just finally, Russ, we started with a question about Gary, and from going down and seeing him, do you think he's anywhere near being able to come back to work properly, or do you think at the moment he'll still be working from home and speaking to you on the phone, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I don't think there'll be too much travelling involved, but players will obviously, a lot of his work's done now is from home really, so it's quite a good time. The timing of it, if there is a right time, it is probably now. So we've got another 7 weeks or so till you're back, and by that time, I would say he's probably will obviously be a lot further down the road than he is now. So, with Pete as well, sort of organising things, and myself, Tim, Bookie, we're all around and ready to chip in. So by the time pre-season comes around, he should be a lot better off. Yeah.
He likes getting players to his house as well, doesn't he? Anyway, to
Yeah.
have a proper chat with them, so that'll probably help.
Yeah. Yeah, it was banded about yesterday about players going to him. So which we went down there yesterday, which was spent a good 3 or 4 hours there, which was a good process. So yeah, I think that'll be the case, that try and get players to go and see him. Yeah.